Well, first of all, thank you for the nice invitation. It's always a pleasure and an honor to be here with you. And happy birthday again to you and to the team and to this great event. We apologize for not speaking Italian. We are sorry for that. I know I promised last time to speak Italian, but I still have some improvements to make. I wish I could spend more time in Italy and better, learn the language. But maybe next time if I have time. And Laurent is working on it also. Well, the good news today is listening carefully to our colleagues and to all the other speakers. I found out that it was amazing to see how aligned we are on different topics. That's good news. And I have to say we haven't prepared our different speeches together, so it's a good and positive signal. Our presentation today will be very simple and pragmatic. We are a distributor, so we have to be pragmatic. This is what we are. So a few words on PHE, just to update you. Maybe I forgot something, it was on the previous page. It is very important, our mission statement. It's important, especially following Michael's speech. We aim at promoting an affordable and sustainable mobility. This is very important for our company because it is the sense we give to our action, to the action of our employees, of our suppliers, of our investor and a main shareholder. And we are also a proud member of the FAS. Michael was mentioning. We believe that we have a role to play in improving the impact of our business on the environment, especially, but also on society. This is why combining affordable, because affordable mobility is playing a key role for people, and it is important. And without affordable mobility, we might have some social conflict. This is at least something we believe in, so we have to promote affordable mobility, but also sustainable mobility for the reasons that have been mentioned. So this is really something we believe in, and we share this conviction with our shareholder. So on this page, you have figures. This is the most sophisticated slide we have today. This is a slide we show to shareholders and investors, so there are a lot of figures. This is a quick way to present the company. Before moving to the figures, the market share, and so on, let me tell you that what matters to us is the 9,000 employees. We are a people company. We are a very decentralized company. We respect local culture and local market context. We rely on local team. We trust them. And by the way, I would like to congratulate our Italian local team that makes a fantastic job here in Italy. So complimenti a tutti. And people mean also we don't oppose, people to data or to artificial intelligence or to digitalization. We want to combine both of them. This is also very important. Next comment on this slide, well, we have strong position in a limited number of countries. So we are not a pan-European distributor, Actually, we used to be a market leader in France, and progressively, step by step, very reasonably, we expand. So now we are proud to say that we have a strong position in Italy. So this is written ex aequo. So maybe my colleague will say, no, we are number one. I don't know. This is not important. The important is that we do a good job. We said we are number 2 in Belgium, still a challenger in Netherlands, a strong number 1 in Spain, also a country where we invest a lot. And overall, we think we are number 4, so number 3, number 4 as a distributor in Europe, but again, only covering 5 countries. And by comparison, all the main other groups are covering much more countries. Interesting to mention, well, you have the net sales estimated for this year and also the EBITDA. So without entering into too complex considerations, this is a post-IFRS 16 EBITDA. Well, it means we make money, but what is important is that we make money, but we don't keep this money. We invest it. This is very important. So we invest it in different ways. The first one is we continue to expand. And yes, we have acquired company during the last 10 years. We will continue to acquire company in the coming years because we believe that there is an opportunity to progressively consolidate this market. So part of the money we make, we invest in market consolidation. The second one is the second type of investment we make. We make a lot of investment in our companies. That's to say in logistics on one side. So we are a distributor. We have to invest in our, logistic, in our warehouses, in our trucks or vans and so on, and to partially, digitalize those logistic means. But also we invest a lot in, the digitalization of the relationship between the distributor and the garages. And again, also, we invest a lot in helping the garages to digitalize. This is something very important. So we are not Meta. I know my friend Gael has mentioned Meta. We invest 30 million euro every year in IT and digitalization, in data lake, and so on. Well, this is a reasonable amount. It is a big amount for our company. That's to say how much we believe in data and digitalization. And in the next minutes, we are going to share with you what we do. So just let me tell you, for confidentiality reason, we won't share too much because we have some secret we don't want to share. But I hope that the information we'll share with you will motivate you to better invest in data, in digitalization. And we will share with you a few examples of how we use this data to better perform. Before that, last comment is that, you see it on the right-hand side of the slide. 2 years ago, we had a new shareholder. We have now a long-term shareholder fully supporting the mission statement of the company and our plan for the future. And clearly, we are there for a long time. So I hope together we will celebrate the 30th anniversary of this Aftermarket Parts Congress in Italy. And of course, the 40th, and so on, and so on, and so on. So we have a long-term vision. And this is also very important. But we believe in this business, we have to be very consistent. This is important, okay? Well, next page. Well, data, digitalization. So we are a distributor. So I was saying we adapt our strategy to the different markets. So in some markets in Europe, as a distributor, we sell direct to garages. Here in Italy, we sell via ricambisti. So we sell to ricambisti who sell to the garages, and we clearly respect this. But what is the use of data we make as a distributor? So you have here 3 examples. Let's say that first of all, before digitalization and before artificial intelligence, you need data. And this data has to be collected, has to be, properly collected, in a clean way, and to be stored. This is a decision we made 7 years ago. Okay? And you need, of course, to record data years after years to better use it and to give more sense to what you do. So this is something, it's a long-term strategy. We decided to invest in data collection and in data storage 7 years ago. Just to let you know, for instance, in France, we have our own, portal for garages, and they order. Now 50% of the garages order online, okay? Every research, every click we store, we collect and store the data. What do we do with that? Well, that's to say we analyze it now. We have data scientists working on this data, and we say, well, we try to understand, well, for instance, we mentioned here assortment, geographical positioning. We have stocks all over the territory. So for instance, in a small city of France, we say, well, we have an assortment available in order to guarantee the best product availability possible for the garage. And if we analyze with our data scientists that, for instance, well, a few garages have made a research on a part X, we don't have it, so we haven't sold it. We are able to identify this and to say, well, next action is we have to add this part to our assortment. So we correct permanently the assortment that we have locally using big data. Okay. So this is something we have started a year and a half ago, and we progressively implement. And I have to say and to share with you that this is very successful. Another example for a distributor, I think that has been mentioned. We have a challenge. We have to manage more and more references, not only in our catalog and assortment, but also in our warehouses, So managing a few millions of references virtually and, hundreds of thousands of references in our warehouses, you can't do that now without data, algorithm, data scientists that help you and so on. So this is what we do, and we use this to optimize the upstream supply chain. And last example for distributor, we also analyze our data in order to better adapt our pricing. So again, pricing more and more with the huge number of references becomes a question of data. So again, we use our data to optimize our pricing strategy. It can be a national pricing strategy or even a local pricing strategy. And we really based our pricing strategy on the use of data. These are a few examples for a distributor. But now I would like to leave the floor to Laurent. Laurent will explain you that we have a strategy as a distributor, but another pillar of our strategy is really to support our customers, to contribute to their success. So please, Laurent, come and explain how we do that.
Okay, good evening, because in English we say good evening at this time of the day. Hello, everybody. So it's a pleasure to share with you some basic evidence about challenges garages, workshops, face to repair current cars. Because since this morning, since yesterday, we are speaking about future, but the complexity of the technology of a car is the present for each of our workshops in the different countries in Europe. So you will notice I'm not a garagist. I'm not a technician guy. I just want to underline with you, really, some experiences, some demands to try to answer, which we try to answer with PHE, with Autodis Italia, with Autodistribution in France, to answer this big complexity the garage faces day by day. So, for example, I will just make this picture. You know, from the 80s, from the 90s, to maintain or to fix an Alfa Romeo 33 or 146, the garage have to train about, I would say, basic electronic diagnosis. Because of one component, because of the arrival of the famous ACU, the famous engine control unit. And they have to face at the same time with multiplex network and to manage the electricity and the data in the car. That was the beginning of data in the car. And the purpose of this ACU were to manage, in fact, and to pilot the engine combustion. Somebody said that this industry is a little bit dirty. I would say that for the garage, it tried to maintain the car to less pollute the environment. And all the technology coming in the different 80s, 2000, 2010 was to contribute to less pollute the environment. But they have to manage this complexity. I would say also, because of this breakthrough, cars became efficient and able to drive more than 150,000 kilometers, last more than 15 years. But they have to maintain and fix these technologies. Today, on a car like Tesla, it's not 10 ECU, it's more 150 ECUs to manage. I would say it's not multiplex networks, but it's now software. I would say it's not, multiplex network, but it's connectivity to other diagnostic tools, and probably artificial intelligence coming. So, if I want to sum up the different challenges the garage, the workshops have to face now, at the current days, they have to manage the complexity of technology, and they have managed this complexity of technologies in the car when they do a multi-brand maintenance. Because for the aftermarket, for the independent aftermarket, they have to manage this complexity for each brand. I would say Fiat, Ford, Volkswagen. It's not so easy. And the second thing I would say is that this complexity could make the repairer, I would say, more expensive for the driver. This is a big issue for all of us, to make the repairer affordable and to make money for the garage, but also to make this repairer affordable for the end driver. So the answer, the service we try to provide in France or in Italy with all the teams of Autodis Italia is, first of all, I would say, to manage an internal techno center dedicated to the reparation through Group NR Digital. So look at the video, and I will sum up what we do today and what we will do tomorrow. Okay, so you have so different things. So first of all, in this techno center based in Spain, but they are based in Spain, but they work for France, they work for Belgium, and they work perhaps for Italy in some days. We managed technical hotline by phone, by mail. That is not new, but you will see that we will manage this technical hotline through, I would say, assisted diagnosis by remote pass-through, and we will see it in the video, in the next video. Why? Because now, because of digitalization of data and because of digitalization of assisted diagnosis, you could now push to the garage all the information they need to maintain the car. So remote diagnostics is a big breakthrough for the garage and for yourself as the distributors. Training is a key issue to maintain all this technology. So often we do some, I would say, some basic theoretical training, but now there is also live channel training, which is also very important for all the markets. One data, with Grupena, we manage now 1,500,000 cases of breakdowns of cars in France, in Spain, and in Italy. And because of data lake, we can now share all these breakdowns to everybody, to all the garage, to prevent, I think Gael mentioned some preventive, I would say, maintenance. This is a concrete figures what we push now to all the garage for the PHE distributors. Second things is about, I would say, parts identification. Parts identification is key for a distributor, but also is key for a garage, because when he wants to fix the breakdown, he needs to order the right parts. So we invest a lot in PHE about product data. One of the key tools, as Stèphane mentioned, is our internet portal, Autosimo in France. Just a quick glance by a video. So you can notice that Autosimo could be just summed up as an electronic catalog. Now it's much more than that. This, I would say, supplier parts catalog is also, we added different things as repair methods for all the garages in France, and all the things they need to change the right parts, and also to order, I would say, in the good stock, as Stèphane mentioned, because we link now inside Autosimo the stock of each distributors. So that means from a TechDoc database, we have invent and I would say a digital ecosystem to ease the way for the repairer to do either the maintenance, either the order of the good parts. About data, inside Autosimo today, we got more than 350 suppliers. We got more than 3 million of references, OE references. And we, in France, for example, we have more than 30 million of registration plates, I would say, that we catch. So that means for each car, we know exactly what the repairer have changed or pick up in the system. And I will say, just to finish about digitalization, probably what is coming is that what we call the assisted diagnosis through pass-through. We try since now 5 years in PHE to, I would say, to invent and to gather some data to make the repair able to do this remote diag assistance. So with picture, we can see it, sorry, with a video about these new services. Here we are. Now, you know, to manage an ECU, you have also to put a new code to make the components active. So that means today, each of the repairer needs some specific diagnostic tools. That means one per brand name, one for Peugeot, one for Ford. With these basic, I would say, new services like remote diag, we could help them to do the jobs on their name, in fact. So this is also a new way to do, I would say, the maintenance of a car. This is the basic evidence I wanted to share with you. I let Stèphane conclude about digitalization and AI. Thank you so much.
Just a quick conclusion as we are running late. Well, we see we invested a lot in state-of-the-art cataloging, in technical repair data access, technical outline, remote diagnosis, practical trainings, and remote pass-through. All this is digitalization. You need a connection, you need connected garages. We really support our customers because this is their future. And this is not the future in 2030 or 40, which is more the timing for the electric vehicle coming in the garages. It is for tomorrow. This is for the next coming years, okay? So the message is very simple. We at PHE, we believe that all those topics are crucial for the future of independent aftermarket. That's also the reason why, and that was mentioned on the previous slide, we also totally support FIGFA because we need also a legal framework that protects the independent aftermarket. This is very important, and make all those data, you know, not only available, but available and affordable for the independent garages. We try to provide very efficient tools and strong support to our end customers, the garages. And we believe really that, well, there will be, and that has been mentioned by Mark Aguetas this morning, there will be in all the markets some consolidation also at garage level. We will need, you know, garage entrepreneur, able to invest in those technology, not only financially, but also with a mindset of investing in those new technologies. We are ready to support and to help them with you, Ricambisti, and with all our network. And we also, embedded all this in garage concept like AD that is very popular in France and that we intend to accelerate and promote here in Italy with our Autodis Italia superb team. Thank you very much.